Webster's dictionary defines perseverance as the continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulty, failure, or opposition. I believe Louis Zamperini is the perfect example of the word perseverance. Growing up in Torrance, California, as a child of two Italian immigrants, he was bullied constantly for being different from the other kids. As a result, his brother decided to get him into high school track to try to keep him out of trouble. He would compete in the 1 mile event. He did so well in this event, breaking his brother's records, he eventually went on to compete in the state championships where he took first place. Due to his recognition, he was awarded a scholarship to the University of Southern California. While attending the University of Southern California, he made the decision to compete in the 1936 Summer Olympics, which were held in Berlin, Germany. Because of the level of competition was so high in his usual 1 mile event, he decided to compete in the 5K. He wouldn't take first. However, he did take 8th place, completing the final lap in record timing. It was so impressive that Hitler himself insisted on a personal meeting with him. Soon after, in 1941, he enlisted in the Army Air Corps and received a commission where he flew on a B-24 as a bombardier. Deployed to the Pacific, he participated in multiple bombing missions over Japan. While on a search and rescue mission, his plane crashed in the Pacific. 8 out of 11 of the crew members would die on impact. He spent 47 days drifting on the sea before being captured by Japanese forces. Following his capture, he was placed in a holding camp and eventually transferred to 2 different POW camps where he would remain till the end of the war. During his time in the camps, he was severely beaten and tortured. One of his greatest tormentors being a man known as the Bird, who would later become the most wanted war criminal he would have nightmares about. Following the war, he married and fathered 2 children. In a television interview, he would later admit that he fell into a state of heavy depression and began to drink a lot to try to forget his tormentors and his time in the prison camps. In 1949, he attended an evangelical crusade led by Billy Graham, where he became a born-again Christian. He was able to forgive his captors, and soon after his nightmares ceased. In 1950, he visited a prison where many of his captors were being held from their war crimes. He was able to forgive them in person. His compassion was so overwhelming that many of his captors broke down in tears and them themselves became Christians. So as I stated before, there is no better man that fits the definition of the word perseverance. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the Olympian, the World War II veteran, and the man who demands the world's respect, Louis Zamperini.